Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's Nilufar, a travel lover. I used to make videos from my vacations to share with you my bigger family on YouTube. So if you like the content and the video, please subscribe for more and write your idea below. It's so motivating. In today's video, you're gonna follow me in Krakow's Old Town and I'll share with you the experience of my stay at this amazing town. You maybe know I live in Sweden, and when we wanna plan some trip which is not too expensive and too far, at the same time we want to visit historical places and enjoy to max, then Poland is definitely the best idea. As you eat, drink, do shopping, and enjoy much cheaper than the other European countries, and you find a lot to do. That's maybe why Krakow and Gdansk are those famous destinations where Scandinavians and Europeans go very often. For us, it's about 1.5 hour flight from Sweden, and it's not only cheap, these cities are lovely. I'll tell you more while walking, so think if you love shopping and tasting amazing pastries and visiting awesome cultural historical places, Poland is a must to visit. Our hotel was in the heart of the old town, and so far we passed the way St. Peter and Paul Church. The gate we are approaching now, where painters sell lovely paintings, is called St. Florian's Gate. St. Florian's Gate is one of the best known Polish Gothic towers and a focal point of Krakow's Old Town. It was built in the 14th century as a tower of wild stone to protect Krakow after the Tatar attack of 1241, which destroyed most of the city. The tower is 34.5 meters high, almost 114 feet, and this is one of 8 defensive gates surrounding Krakow's Old Town and a reminder of the old city walls. The gate is also a part of royal road that would lead kings, noblemen, and other esteemed guests throughout the entire old town. Passing the gate, the royal road continues down St. Florian Street, where we are walking now, through the main markets and clothing hall, and also the St. Maria Church at the heart of the old town. Krakow is a beautiful old city in Poland. It's so beautiful that UNESCO made the center of the city its first ever World Heritage Site. This city is full of history and heritage. And here we are at Krakow's central Grand Square, Rynek Glony, which is often translated wrongly as Main Market. This square has been the hub of the city since 13th century. This 40,000 square feet of cafes, museums, landmarks, and hotels is punctuated with some of the most magnificent architectures, so it has a lot to offer and is a popular meeting point for many of Krakow's tours. Seriously recommend to take a seat in one of the lovely cozy cafes around, take a cup of coffee or tea, and enjoy the view of the beautiful square while horse carriages ride around. This beautiful church in the main square is St. Marie's Basilica. It's a brick Gothic church at the main square which is built on 14th century. A very good example of Polish Gothic architecture, which is standing 80 meters tall. We heard that during the Christmas time in December, they have a huge Christmas market here at this square. So we maybe be back soon again. Hope you can also feel the atmosphere. It's so live. The musicians play guitar. You have the clothing hall there where we are going soon. There are several statues, the big church, many cafes, restaurants, the pigeons people are taking pictures with, as I did. And yes, this is the old town. Just listen to him, he is amazing. By the way, I asked one of these horse riders how much it costs for half an hour or an hour, and it was about 300 euros. Um, Maybe it was high season, no idea, but I think that it was too expensive. If you love taking pictures as much as I do, so just take a little bit bread with you and stand at the middle of the square. Then you can get many beautiful pictures. Yeah, you see. Now we are moving towards the Krakow Cloth Hall, which dates to the Renaissance and is one of the city's most recognizable icons. It's the central feature of the main market square in Krakow Old Town, the historic center of Krakow, which since 1978 has been listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It was once a major center of international trade. Traveling merchants met there to discuss business and to barter. During its golden age in the 15th century, the hall was the source of a variety of exotic imports from the East, like spices, silk, leather, and wax, while Krakow itself exported textiles, lead, and salt from the salt mine. Have you seen my video from the salt mine in Krakow? I can link it here, so if you want, you can check it out. One of Poland's most famous souvenirs is amber. Amber is used in jewelry and has been used as a healing agent in folk medicine. So you can find lots of jewelry shops, accessory boutiques which sell amber, the gold stones as you see here. Among Krakow's most well-known landmarks, this sculpture, the head, in the western corner of the market square is a popular meeting place and at some point serves as a photographic backdrop for almost every tourist who visits the city. In summer, children can be seen crawling all over the hollow edifice, sticking their heads and looking through the eye holes for camera snapping parents. This bronze sculpture is a symbol of being enslaved by love. The Vistula is the longest river in Poland and the ninth largest river in Europe. This is stretching from Krakow up to Warsaw and out into the Baltic at Gdansk on the Polish coast. It runs like an artery through the country. Here you can get several boat rides and cruises. You can relax on the Vistula River on a modern ship and admire many of Krakow's most beautiful attractions along the way. Let me share with you a personal experience and don't know how much you agree with me. For me, a trip is not only the destination. There are a bunch of different factors which help you enjoy, relax, and don't forget the memory. Holland is somehow a perfect destination for us. Why? Because, first of all, you get what you have paid for. I can give you many examples for famous places where you are not treated well, you are not even welcome, although you pay a lot. You feel all the time that you have to finish the visit and just mark the destination as a done and back home. Like the biggest example is Austria. But in Poland, Hungary, Czech Republic, these small countries in Eastern Europe, you always feel welcome. They maybe seem poker face, but they are helpful, kind, and at least don't ruin your experience. They are also very rich in history. but they have respect for tourists, and each time we go there, we love to go back. I'll make a video about Hungary later. I've been there 6 times already and still love to go back. What do you think? I would be glad to read your experiences. Have you been somewhere that you were not treated as a welcome guest? For me, the best experience has been Thailand so far, but Poland is always, always a good place to experience and to go back. This video is taken in July 2023, and as you see, it's sunny and it was too hot. But from our 5 days stay in Krakow, 2 days were rainy and cloudy. So if you want to plan your clothes, you'd better have a light jacket with you. As you see in the next part, it was cloudy and it rained a bit. The church you see here is the first temple in Krakow inspired by the sacral architecture of Baroque Rome, with a magnificent stone facade and a well-designed dome. This is an important element of the city's panorama. You maybe know that Krakow has not got many damages during World War II, and it's because on 6 September 1939, Krakow surrendered to the German armed forces without a fight, and 6 days later it was proclaimed the capital of the general government, a new territory created and governed by Nazi Germany. One of the main purposes of the general government's existence was to be the third supply base for agriculture and light industry. So the Nazi army had no interest to destroy its own agriculture and infrastructure. A bit later, the Governor General decided to continue some of the pre war plans for Krakow's development. In order to justify these plans, the Nazis announced that Krakow was an ancient German city and even founded an institute to prove the city's German roots through historical research. Nevertheless, the Nazi occupation of Krakow was no different to anywhere else, including the imposition of harsh totalitarian rules, racial and national segregation with the systematic extermination of Jews and Poles of Jewish origin. The Nazi occupiers did everything possible to Germanize the inhabitants of Krakow. By 1939, all Polish higher education institutions and high schools were officially closed. Poles could only study in elementary schools with a much limited program, excluding history or geography. Professors and intellectual elites were systematically arrested and sent to Nazi work or concentration camps. But despite all these repressions, during the 5 year, 5 month occupation of Krakow, the city itself never suffered as a result of warfare, battles, or strategic clearance, and wasn't in peril until 1945, the counteroffensive of the Soviet Red Army. Anyway, Krakow was liberated on 18th January 1945 after a 5 year long Nazi occupation without so much damage and destroying compared to Warsaw and the other Polish cities, which were totally ruined. And that's why you can still find the monuments, the historical places which were built on 13th century, 14th century without any damage. Here you have the Wawel Royal Castle, which is definitely worth visiting. The number of visits is limited per day to safeguard the castle. Therefore, all admission tickets have an exact entry hour. In my opinion, the best time to go is just before closing hours. The Wawel Royal Castle and the Wawel Hill constitute the most historically and culturally important site in Poland. It's been for centuries the residence of the kings of Poland and the symbol of Polish statehood. The castle is now one of the country's premier art museums. We visited the cathedral for free, which is part of the castle complex, but you have to pay to visit if you want to enter the museums. You can walk around most of the castle grounds free with great views across the river Vistula, but as I said, for entrance to the museums and the basement you have to pay, and the tickets are valid for 2 hours. So let's go to the Krakow Eye, the observation wheel in Krakow, which is one of the most modern and largest ferris wheels in Poland. We have a bit to walk and hope we get there before it gets rainy. You can go to Krakow Eye all the days of the week, even the weekends, they are open. The price per person is almost 8 euros, and all gondolas are adapted to the needs of disabled people. The ride in the Ferris wheel takes approximately 15 minutes, and you're gonna have a wonderful view over the whole Krakow, especially the old town, from the top. At the end, if I want to summarize our stay and what I thought about Krakow, um, I would like to tell you, if you're looking for a pocket friendly destination where you can do great shopping, eat and drink almost cheaper than the other European countries, if you have kids with you, if you don't want to spend a lot of money and you have a limited budget for your vacation, go to Poland, go to Krakow, Gdansk, or any other city in Poland, because you can find anything you want which suits your budget. Of course, if you want to have a very luxurious stay, it's possible. They have amazing five-star hotels, they have amazing spa, massage, treatments, everything, but it's not a must. Me and my partner, whenever we feel tired and we are planning a short vacation just for relaxing, for sure, Poland and Krakow or Gdansk are our first alternatives. And we are now planning to explore the new cities because it's so worth. I want to share with you at the end some pictures from their amazing pastries. Polish people are so talented, so good in baking and making cookies, and their pastry is so special. After French and Japanese, I can guarantee that if you taste some of them, you will not regret and you would be addicted somehow. Another tips from me, don't forget to read the reviews before you eat in a restaurant. There are very disaster restaurants, especially at the Old Town, and there are also good ones. I can suggest you Hard Rock restaurant right beside Santa Maria's Church in the square at the Old Town. It's very famous and the food was amazing. We have also been to some catastrophic restaurants and the food was just sent to garbage. About the public transport, we used to rent cars, but in Krakow, you really don't need it. There are the buses, there are trams and everything, but as all the historical places and amazing buildings are situated almost close to each other, you don't need to take them. Maybe walking, or if you have the application for Bolt and Uber for the longer and further destinations, you can order one and they come and pick you up very cheap. When we wanted to go to salt mine, we ordered one. When we wanted to go to the airport, we ordered through the application, and it's very cheap, I promise you. So once again, I want to thank you very much for taking time and watching my video. I'm still a beginner and learning every day. It's not my job. So beside my job, I have to put a lot of time gathering all the information and making this video. Your likes, comments, and subscriptions will give me more motivation to make new videos. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Until the next time, take care. See you soon. Bye bye.